everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
I'm a single mom, and I have done it completely by myself since day one of finding out I was pregnant. The day I found out I was pregnant, I was told to get an abortion, and that was just not something that was an option for me. I mean, it genuinely wasn't an option for me because I live in Texas, but also it just wasn't something that I felt comfortable with doing. I am 100% pro-choice, and I think that everybody deserves an option. It should always be your body, your choice. But moving forward, I am so thankful for how it went down when I found out I was pregnant. From the day that I took the test, I had no expectations for anyone to take care of the baby except for me. I took 3 days of just really sitting on it and making a decision, and it really was the hardest decision I've ever made in my life. But I made that decision only counting on myself. I went into it knowing if you can't do this alone, if you can't support you and a baby alone, if you don't feel like you can emotionally handle this, physically handle this, be a good parent, all of these things I was considering, then I was like, I don't want to do this. You have no one else to depend on but you. I looked at it as a blessing that I knew from the start that it was just going to be me, because I wasn't going to sit there and beg someone to take a job that they didn't want, because they're never going to be good at it. Their heart's never going to be in it. It's just not, it's not an option. For anybody going through a similar situation, you cannot change somebody. They're going to show you who they are. Take it, and that's it. Moral of the story, you can't beg somebody to be something that they're not, and they're never going to be. Genuinely, I had the best time during my pregnancy. I really only cried maybe like 3 times total. I was majority of the time so happy. I went into it not allowing fear to rule my experience. I still wanted to enjoy my pregnancy and enjoy the fact that I was creating life, and my body was holding this amazing like human being that was just going to be my best friend in the whole world. And I knew that, like, I knew Ziggy was sent to me for a reason, and he has changed my life and just given me all the love and joy I could possibly imagine. But I knew that my entire pregnancy. I never let, you know, there's lots of stigmas around single moms, which really makes no sense, because we're the ones that are stepping up to raise the baby. We're the ones that are going through 9 months of pregnancy, growing a baby, and a lot of the times working 2 jobs or doing multiple things, taking care of other kids. And it's like, if anything, we should be praised. But, you know, there is a lot of stigma. Like, I remember I was so nervous to share on social media at first, because I was like, oh, what are people gonna think? Like, I wasn't even in a relationship, all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? I don't give a because why would I? Because why would I care? Because it's my life. It's my baby. I can take care of him. I can take care of me. I'm supporting us. I'm giving us a beautiful life. And I'm not going to let the idea of other people's perception of me change my experience, you know? The only times I really ever cried was because I was working so much. I'm a hairstylist, so I don't get maternity leave. So I did hair, and I served at a restaurant almost my whole pregnancy. I think I stopped at 29 weeks so that I could save up enough money to take 3 months off. And I did. I saved up so much money my entire pregnancy. I was working like a dog, and I spent no money except for bills. I cooked at home. I didn't shop. I only thrifted for my pregnancy clothes, and I saved up as much money as I could, and I was able to take a full 12 weeks off. It was just such a blessing. The girls that I work with at my salon are just amazing, and they all threw in for a DoorDash gift card. A lot of them like meal prepped and brought me food to stay at my house, and just, I could not have done it without the help of my coworkers. They were truly like such a village for me in that time. They all
So y'all, yeah, this is women enabling single motherhood. Like, don't worry, girl, we got you. But I don't want people to think that that's just the way to go, being a single mother. She did it. This was her choice. She wasn't in a relationship, and she knew the guy wasn't going to beat her, so she didn't try to force him to beat her. She just took it on the chin. But I'm going to tell you what, this ain't the case for everybody. So just take that with a grain of salt.
have given me so many clothes and shoes and just stuff that their babies outgrew so that I could afford to do it. Yeah, and then another time I cried because I had to be on Medicaid during my pregnancy, and you have a very limited amount of doctors you can see, and I had to leave my amazing doctor, and it's just so hard to work with Medicaid and the government to find pediatricians and all these things, and I was just so overwhelmed and so frustrated that that was my situation, that I didn't have enough money to be able to go to a good doctor that I wanted, and it was just really frustrating. But I was never sad that I was doing it by myself necessarily. I think there were times that I felt like I really wanted to share the experience with someone, or I wished I could just stay at home and not work a second job because I wanted to be able to like rest and soak up the pregnancy. But really, majority of the time, I just felt extremely blessed to be able to carry life, and I really just soaked up the experience. I didn't let like fear or shame control my life. That would be my biggest advice to anybody, is let go of fear of the perception of others. And if you feel good about the decision, it's your life and nobody else can have a say in it. Genuinely changed my life for the better, and I would not have anything different. All this to say, if you're going through a similar situation, there is hope on the other side, and I wish you the best. I know it can be so hard, but you got this. Love you guys.
Hey, what it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog. All right, man. I'm gonna just say this. I was going until she said that she was not in a relationship. I was gonna say, why are dudes leaving women? Like y'all are in a relationship, and then like, you get pregnant, and then boom, y'all broke up. But in this case, she was having sex with a man, probably unprotected. I'm gonna assume unprotected. But you're giving your body to a man who you know doesn't have the best intentions for you, or if you get pregnant. I just don't get it. I don't get it. That someone you know who won't be there. Like, I think before people start having sex, I know this ain't gonna happen, but before you start having sex with somebody, y'all should have conversations about the possibility of getting pregnant, because that just don't make no sense that you would have sex with somebody and get pregnant by somebody who you know would have no intentions of being a father if you get pregnant. It just doesn't make sense. But again, I don't know her situation, but of what she told me, or what she told all of us, but it doesn't sound like she thought it through. And then she had to make a decision. So then she had to work hard. She had to overwork herself, getting bigger and bigger, working 2 jobs so she may take off for 3 months and rely on no one. And I think that's unfair. It's unfair to the son. Now she has a son. No father involvement. And her thoughts is she's raising her son having a great life. Now, things may be good, but it's not great. You know what? I knew this one chick, man. I still know her. I know this one lady. Man, she was so fine. This was some years ago, though. This is some years ago when I actually knew her. I mean, I still know her, but I just don't really conversate or nothing with her. But I know she was like 40, 41, and she got pregnant again. And I was like, damn, she found her man. And they took all the cute pictures and stuff like that. All the baby pictures and stuff like that. The maternity pictures. Man, that baby came and he was gone. He went to go get some milk and cigarettes and never returned home. It was a sad story. I was like, damn. She waited all that time, because I think her oldest kids was like 15, 16, 17, 18, somewhere in that area. I think it was 2 or 3 of them. So you got your kids on the way out the door, and you let this dude just shoot up the club and dip on you. Oh man. And you know what's funny? I mean, it's not funny that she, became a single mom again. But I remember seeing all her posts, and her post was about, having discernment with the men, with the dating scene and all this stuff, and I'm healed and all that. And then I don't pay attention to these people that much, but from when you see somebody online, they look single, they don't really tell you they dating, then they just pop up with somebody pregnant and all that. So they've been dating for the whole time, they just don't act like it. They just don't want to tell the world until it's serious. And I guess if you're having a baby, it's pretty serious. Well, she did all that just to become another single mom. And I was just like, damn. That's the same thing with me. Like, man, my daughter was 12 years old, man. I was like, man, I ain't having no more kids. It turned around, I have another one now. I'm another single father again. And I'm just like, bruh, that was such a waste of a relationship and a baby. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love my baby. Don't get it twisted. I love my baby, but it was a waste of a relationship. Like, I could have saved that. Like, I could have married somebody who actually liked me. You know what I'm saying? Versus getting somebody pregnant who's a serial baby mama. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that shit no more. So, I'm mad at myself for putting myself in a situation to become a single father again, because it just don't make sense to me that we keep creating broken homes, and it's not all just us. It's this situation, it's the man, but it's also her. She engaged in with a man that she knew who wasn't ready to have a kid, and she decided to continue to have the baby. So regardless if she could have aborted or not, it doesn't matter. Two men, to a man and a woman just created another single parent home, a dysfunctional family. And only reason why I say dysfunctional is because that's what it is. Men be tripping, women be tripping, the whole situation, the system be tripping. It's just bad. But for those of y'all who grew up with a mother and father in the home, you understand what I'm talking about. Even though you seen your mama and daddy argue and bicker, now if you seen your mama and them fighting, that's something different. But if you seen them argue and bicker, but then they still made stuff happen together, they still brought you and your siblings to a great space in life, it's something to be talked about more than this baby mama culture, because this baby mama culture is kind of detrimental to all society, not just dedicated to one race or something. Because one thing is, I was having a talk with somebody, and they was like, "Is baby mama culture black culture?" And I was like, "No. Why would it be black culture? We don't wake up and be like celebrate baby mamas. Like, culture is." I had to explain what culture means to me, and to why I don't think it's a culture for black people to become, black women to be baby mamas. Now, the term definitely came from black people, but there have been women who are baby mamas from all nationalities. And if you go to one of these predominantly white schools, you'll see that they have an alternative school somewhere, and it's full of white women. So single mothers, single white women. It's the same thing with it. It's Mexicans, single mothers everywhere. It's black women, single mothers everywhere. Asians are kind of different, but there's a big chance that a lot of these modern Asians who are far removed from the Asian culture, they're just living, they become baby mamas too. So it is what it is. But usually Asians are pretty steadfast on not becoming a baby mama. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section.
Deuces.